Yo, it's your boy TTK, and welcome back to another Pokemon video. Today, we are going to be looking at one of my Draft League games that I played today for the LDL, which stands for the London Draft League. Speaking of Draft League that we run between the universities in London that, are expanded Pokemon community. So we run a Draft League, and this is the second iteration of the LDL. Last year was happening, I made like zero content on it, but this year I'm going to be making some content on it. But yeah, don't pretend this is a placeholder video for lack of uploads these past 2 days, and because I don't want to play Gen 9 at this current time. But yeah, we are back with the Gen 8 draft, and yeah, we're up against Bubbling Up is their username from the LDL, and yeah, it's going to be a pretty fun game that we've played here today. So if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed to the Kingdom, I would highly appreciate it. You see me saying the Kingdom, that is what we're going to call our subscriber base, the Kingdom. I'm a king, Toy Time King. So king is a rule of a kingdom, and you guys are my very loyal subscribers, and I appreciate all of you. So if you haven't already joined the Kingdom, subscribe and like this video if you enjoy it. But either way, let's quickly go over the matchup before I get into the battle. So I'm gonna probably have the drafts on the sides of the screen like I did in the last video. But essentially, the thing I was most scared about was his Victini, because Victini is kind of annoying. Like just spamming V crit. If you don't have a solid fire resist, like a Scarf Victini, a banded Victini can easily just destroy teams once it gets a free switch. So obviously I have to bring the boy Diancie. Now Diancie, 150 defense is like, it's probably the best switching, one of the best switchings to V-Create Victini, especially if it goes physically defensive. But yeah, we have that. Obviously Melmetal, also something that can check Morwell, Mega Morwell. He has two very disgusting breakers that I have to account for when building this team. But I decided, I was like, cool, Melmetal handles Morwell to a certain extent, as long as it's not SD like plus like Fire Fang or something. I also have Landorus Eye, which of course is a disgusting break in its own right with sheer force, and is always pretty good versus teams that are slightly slower. I have Mega Gallade as well because it's fast and like is my one of my best Pokemon. Then I decided to bring Silvally Water as a secondary fire resist for Victini, and it works well since there's a Starmie on the other side of the field as well, so I can resist their water type attacks. Then I have Spadef Umbreon because yeah, things like Starmie, Thunderous T, Umbreon takes them pretty well. But yeah, before we get into the game, also I'll be participating in some Gen 9 drafts down the line as well. The APM Draft League organization are also running a Gen 9 draft, which I am going to be participating in. So be on the lookout for that. Having the Paldea Dex drafts is going to be pretty interesting. But without further ado, guys, let's get into this battle. So they led off with Starmie and I led off with Landorus. Obviously, I got such a good lead here. I mean, Starmie was also looking pretty good versus my team overall, to be honest. Two Pokemon on my team are weak to water, so it's kind of scary. So obviously I got onto Umbreon on the Scald, and they did 32. And when I saw 32, I was like, ain't no way this is Spec Starmie, bro. Like, I'm Spadef Umbreon. Like, Umbreon has known to be taking massive hits. Like, it can take hits very well on the special side, but 32 from Scald, like I was already in disbelief, honestly. I was in disbelief that this was like specs. I was like, that's damage on Umbreon, which is kind of insane. So at this point, they go more wild, and I'm just like, cool, it's time to baton pass out here. Now, the funny thing about baton pass in draft leagues are, how it's usually banned in Smogon, regardless of what we're using it for, whether it's dry passing or passing stats. In drafts, is most likely going to be banned from passing stats, but you can dry pass, which is basically just having teleport, like if you move second with baton pass. So that's how Umbreon keeps momentum in draft, and that's why I like Umbreon in draft, because you can baton pass, wish something in, and yeah, they just recover a lot of HP back, so that's why I appreciate it. But obviously that lets me in with Landorus, and they go Spiritomb here. I knock off, do 18, and I calculated that was max defense Spiritomb. So they pursuit trap me, and it does a decent amount, but I go into my Diancie here because it's like the only thing that really threatens out the Spiritomb. So I go Stealth Rock on my Diancie, I go Melmetal because this also kind of just walls Serena as well. So they spin on me, and I'm just like, you're up against the Lord of Metal, like, you really think you can do that to us? So I do 89% with a double iron bash. It's kind of insane damage, and I continue to do freaking 61% freaking Thunderous T. Now they go for the focus blast, so that's 49%, and Umbreon took that quite well. But I'm obviously protecting here, trying to get back some HP. So obviously I'm not sacking Umbreon to 30% miss. So I go Gallade, which takes focus blast quite well because it's a resist, and I knock off the Thunderous T and it's dead. So yeah, good stuff for Mega Gallade. They go out into more wild, but obviously I'm not staying in on this because I don't even kill it. So I go Melmetal, obviously, and they sucker punch me. So it's pretty good that happened. But they go for Fire Fang, which does 42, and I'm like, Jesus, that is some insane damage. Now I go. Wait, to be honest, I think Earthquake wasn't the play. Double Iron Bash was always the play, to be honest, because you forget that Double Iron Bash is actually just stronger than super effective Earthquakes, because Earthquake is 200, because 100 times 2, but at the same time, Double Iron Bash after Iron Fist boost is 72 per hit. 72 times 2 is 144, and then times that by 1.5. That's a lot higher than 200, so I probably would have gotten the kill if I clicked Double Iron Bash, which I'm seeing in hindsight now. So, I made this game a bit more complicated for myself. But I need to remember, Double Iron Bash, if all else fails, you just have to click that move. So, yeah, as you can see, I clicked EQ there when Double Iron Bash would have just destroyed more WoW. So that would have made the game go a lot more smoother, to be honest. But, oh well, we'll see how it goes. So I go with my Silver Valley Water, and they go out into Spiritomb here. Surf does a decent 40. I was expecting some more, but what can you do with Silver Valley as attack stat? But yeah, getting Umbreon on Spiritomb wasn't like what does Spiritomb do to me, So I start wishing up, and they go Starmie. Now he's interesting because they could have definitely gone more WoW here on the wish. I don't know what business Starmie has going in, but you'll see sooner or later that right now actually that is Trick Starmie, which is pretty interesting. So that's why they went into Starmie to cripple my Umbreon. So they go out into Serena as I go into Silver Valley Water. The reason why I go out into Silver Valley Water is because I'm immune to Trick, because you can't trick the memories away from Silver Valley forms. So it would have been good against a choice like Starmie. I would have been able to, surf or parting shot, get some more momentum. But they go Serena anyway. Now, this next turn's interesting because I'm just like, this Silver Valley Water's EV to outspeed Adamant max speed Serena. But I was just like, I don't really have any switchings. I can't let Melmetal get chipped. Landorus probably dies. Diancie again is for Victini. I'm not trying to get that chipped, and Umbreon isn't, physically defensive, and Gallade is not switching in either. So at this point, I have to, hope I'm faster than this and kill it. But unfortunately, they are just max speed Jolly, which is kind of insane to me. But yeah. Oh well, what can you do? Well, Gallade comes in to get second kill of the game, Mega Gallade, my boy. And I go on to Umbreon here on the Starmie. I don't care if they really tricked me, but they go for the Scold again. But, they burn me, so Synchronize activates, which is pretty useful for me, to be honest. And at this point they start scolding, but I'm just like, cool, I'm gonna foul play, which of course doesn't do much damage because I'm burnt. So it's a shame I couldn't really get the foul play off, but at this position I'm able to wish and obviously wish tech and get my HP back. And yeah, I protect there. They could have again doubled into more while there. I think I would have been in a much worse position if that happened, for sure. And yeah, so they go Victini here. I wish again because I think they were still trying to plan to do that, but this is easily hard Diancie on this thing. So they go for the Glaciate, does 15, and like at this rate, I think this is like choiced Victini with like special Victini instead of V-Create. So Glaciate doesn't do too much, but the U-turn on me, so I instantly knew they weren't scarfed, which is good for me. And I go for the Diamond Storm. Don't get this defense boost, but what can you do? So they give me Spiritomb, and 10:30, half the team's down, and I have to go Umbreon here because can't let Diancie die. But they tricked me the specs, which is kind of unfortunate for Umbreon because I do like spamming Wish and whatnot. But I baton pass back into Diancie because they don't really have Diamond Storm switches. But yeah, Energy Ball comes out. I'm just like 50. It's not choiced, but it did 50. And I was like, wow, that did 50. Like, I'm not Spadef invested, but wow, that did 50. So I saw that it was obviously expert belt from the calculator. And I was like, wow, that is insane that was a 2-hit kill. But Diamond Storm doesn't kill Victini, but I'm afraid the Energy Ball would. So I have to go on to Umbreon here on the Energy Ball. And I'm just like, cool. Umbreon, you've done your job this game. I can win with the rest of my Pokemon. So they go for the V-Create there. Obviously kills Umbreon, and Umbreon's down. So good stuff. So I go Mega Gallade here, obviously, and Gallade gets its third kill of the game. So good job, Mega Gallade again. And I have to stay in here on this turn because Landorus dies. I need Melmetal for more while, and you know, Diancie just loses against both of these. So at this rate, I have to stay in with Gallade because I won't die to anything. Like, they haven't revealed Psychic, and Psychic isn't even super effective against me. And obviously Scald would never kill from the range of health that I'm at. So at this point, I stay in, don't get burned, which is pretty nice, and I knock off the star, me killing it. So yeah, last month's Moonwell is at 15%, but this Moonwell is still very dangerous, you know, because it's very dangerous because if it SDs on me swapping out, then the game is pretty much over. But at the same time, you know, Gallade dies if I stay into Sucker Punch. But at this point, like, I was thinking, cool, I can sack Landorus here because as long as they don't get an SD on me, that's the most important thing. They don't get an SD on me because Melmetal is a roll to kill with Fire Fang. And at the same time, everything else kind of loses. So I have to hope they don't SD. And here, I sacked the Landers like I claimed because I was just like, I was expecting Sucker Punch to come out, but they play rough me anyway. And at this point, I can bring out Melmetal. And I'm surprised that they went for the Sucker Punch there instead of risking the Fire Fang kill, because Sucker Punch wasn't killing me. So it was a bit interesting that last turn because, what do you call it? Fire Fang was a roll, and if you got the roll, you pretty much just won the game. So I was a bit weirded out by the Sucker Punch, but you know, we take the wins, and it was a pretty well played game from both sides, to be honest. And yeah, Morwell and Victini are very scary Pokemon to handle on the builder. But yeah, that is it for, you know, the game for the LDL. This is the week 4 game for LDL, and next week I'll probably record my game as well. But yeah, draft is pretty fun, and I know some people have been enjoying the draft league content on this channel, so I'm going to continue doing that moving forward in Generation 9. And obviously, like I said earlier, the APM is running a Gen 9 Paldea Dex draft, and you know, I'm going to play that. But yeah, Gen 9 is kind of crazy, so a lot of these Pokemon are pretty strong, especially the Paradox ones. So we'll see what I can get in the draft, and hopefully we have a good time doing that. But yeah, thanks for watching this video again, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.